ADHS spokesperson telling Fox that ICE officers are facing a 1,300% increase in assaults. Even still, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is pushing to unmask federal agents, calling it a hard red line for Democrats. Former acting ICE Director Jonathan Fahey joins us now. Jonathan, what do you say to that?
It's really amazing what the Democrats are doing in this overall situation. I mean, they're shut down. They're essentially punishing other people, putting the American people at risk so that they could bully the administration into doing things that would put their agents at risk. Because you're right, 1,300% increase on assaults on ICE agents, but another really important number is an 8,000 increase on threats against ICE agents. And that's the reason for these masks, because these agents are being doxxed and other things. Todd Lyons, when he testified last week, talked about how people have put online videos of his wife going to work. So these agents are in real danger here. And these are just instruments of, these are people that are just simply following the law passed by Congress, and yet they are being so viciously attacked, not just by activists, but by Democratic politicians who routinely refer to them as Nazis, the Gestapo. We've heard it all, but it's really meaningful to them because they are put in danger. And if it's a red line for Democrats, I don't think the administration is going to budge on this, because they're putting agent safety and public safety, for that matter, ahead of these political interests of the Democrats.
So how do we bring down the temperature? Because clearly the anti-ICE protesters, I don't see them lowering the temperature at all, but ICE has to do its job. And there are dangerous, illegal migrants within these communities. So how do you bring down the temperature? Because it seems a red rag to a bull. An ICE agent shows up, local protesters go crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the middle ground, or does there even have to be middle ground here? Because ICE has a constitutionally mandated job, which is to enforce the immigration law. So they need to do that. They need to remove the criminals, which they've been doing. So really the issue is public safety, and it really, the Democrats need to dial it back a little bit. But I think the one thing that we saw in Minnesota that worked is, even if there's some communication, even if they don't get to common ground, I think sometimes it alleviates some of the tension. But I think ultimately ICE has to do their job. They don't have a choice.
That's right. I just want to get this in. We're short on time, but a new report claims that ICE is seeing a dramatic increase in agreements with local law enforcement agencies. That's got to be an encouraging sign. How important are these partnerships?
These are so important. They're called 287G agreements, which are basically a formal agreement between a local jurisdiction and ICE to essentially help turn over illegal alien criminals, meaning illegal aliens that committed another crime, over to ICE. And as we saw in Minnesota, when you can turn them over from a jail to an agent, takes a lot less manpower on the streets, a lot less safer, because criminals are getting taken out of the country rather than putting back on the streets. Phenomenal success of the Trump administration in getting these.
Very good. We'll have to leave it there. Jonathan Fahey, great stuff as always, Jonathan. Thank you.
Thank you.